There's nothing but despair in that world. And it will never get better. It's an endless, painful, irredeemable hell. I'd always believed that creating a utopia was possible. And if there was desire, then I thought maybe one day someone would achieve it. But I came to realize I was mistaken. In the end, a fantasy is just that. A fantasy. But all that primordial chaos only exists in that world. The world of reality is nothing like that. Really, it's an environment you should know quite well. You've come to know so much of it already. Through text on a page. Now, behold!
Isn't this?
Indeed. It's the world I wrote accounts of in my novel. Until now, you've thought this world a mere fantasy. But it's not.
So the world I know is all an illusion. And the world of the novel is reality?
Surely you already know. There is no deadly magic, no prejudice between its people. Now, all you have to do is admit that everything you've been through has been nothing but a story, just a fantasy. Then this can be your perfect reality. Your journey of revolution was just a passing dream. Let me take you back to reality, child.
What will happen to my friends?
You don't have to worry. As long as you can accept that this place is real, everyone will be safe. That world is past any point of redemption. Change is impossible. The royal magic was supposed to be the turning point, but it was all for nothing. In the end, people don't want their world to change. They just want someone to be a sponge for their infinite anxieties. That's all. You can't blame Luis for wanting to end that cycle. How could anyone accept that they lived in a world that miserable?
Even so, I don't want to give up on it.
Come on, snap out of it!
What?
My, such disbelief on your face. But once you stop to consider it, the ideas fall apart. Come now. Magic? Some otherworldly force capable of anything with anxiety as its fuel? A fanciful idea to sustain a fantasy world. Illusion. All of it. Those curiosities in academia, they were there because of the place's connection to true reality. And not even they could endure. You still don't believe me. Why is that?
This place? I know it's not real.
But why? What unfinished business remains in an unwinnable battle? If I hadn't saved you, you would have died there. You don't have to chase your fears and anxieties based on some misguided concept of justice. It was all illusory, and there is no shame in accepting that. Reality is a monolith. Reality is unchangeable. So stay here in Utopia, in the place you loved reading about so much.
This place, it isn't a utopia.
You mean, you deny it? Will you deny that the world of the novel is a utopia?
I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right? Music was the first magic this world ever knew, after all. Makes the road a little easier. right?
The journey, my friends, they were as real as anything I've known.
Why won't you understand? Please, I don't want you to die. I can't lose anything else. Truly, I see. I understand now. I remember. I had indeed lost everything. Despite my lofty ideals, I lost everything. Academia, the woman I loved, even my only child. Reality isn't just cruel. It's cruel beyond any hope of change. That's why I had wished for someone to strike me down and end my misery.
You hoped for death?
My name is Ethelodius V. I once reigned as king. Or I'm half of one, to be accurate. I was born of the very magic that split the prince in twain and gave rise to you and this place. No, it is not real. We are inside the book you hold. It served as your key to visiting me. This was the form of my youth, when first I entered the ancient sanctum. Perhaps it would be best to call me a discarded shadow of idealism. I once took such joy and passion from my ideals. I truly believed that I might end the strife and discrimination that plagued our people across nigh endless years. But the tremendous incomprehension and injustice that defines our world, it was more than I could bear. It broke me. And Luis is likely going through the same thing. I want to save you from that despair. I understand now that I would do this as your father. I could not bear to lose my child a second time. If you stay here, at least you'll be saved. Do you truly still want to leave this place and risk your life to face a reality you can't change?
Yes.
You are on the cusp of dying at Luis's hands. Is that not proof enough that we lack the power to change reality? I can't let you throw your life away against that man. I must stop you. Even if you come to hate me for it. Fantasy is a curse, sweet in seeming. And if I must save you from it, I will teach you what reality is. I suppose our promise to travel the world someday is destined to be only another unfulfilled dream. Archetypes embody the power of heroes who sought to change the world. And even having mastered such power against Luis, you could accomplish nothing. I wrote all my ideals into my novel, but my love's death showed me how empty it all was. You cannot sacrifice your one life for an empty dream.
I have to try at least.
Why can't you see that those ideals will only invite ruin? If no one else, you must live. That world is beyond your help, beyond any utopia. You must face reality, my son.
I won't hold back! Hold on. Come forth, Royal Soul!
You must face reality.
Behold, Vida's power! The magic seeds!
This is reality.
I will sprint! This is it! Still here?
So you would vainly struggle onward in the real world. The novel I wrote for you seems to have kindled only ideals of naivete in you. Then even my folly has come to haunt you. My mistakes poison your life. As your father, you leave me no choice. I will put an end to this madness. Why?
I won't hold back!
Why don't you understand?
Still up?
It was in this story, in this book, where you found your ideals. Haven't you always dreamt of utopia? Why did you resist it now? Why refuse me? This is for your sake. I will show you the truth. Why? You were my first reader. You of all people have to understand!
By this power. The blade's edge!
So this is what it means to truly strive toward an ideal. What irony. After I spoke of fulfilling my dream alongside you.
Okay. Not bad at all.
What power. To see the archetypes brought to such heights in so little time. If you go back now, your ambitions will avail you nothing. You'll only die a dog's death. What is it that drives you so?
I'm not sure myself.
Are you this determined to cling to your beliefs? Is that truly what separates us and keeps me confined here? Such power. Can it be? No matter how dire your fate, you never gave up. You surmounted every barrier, gathered and united soul after soul, and now, at last, across 3 nations, 8 tribes, and humankind. To unite heroes across such abyssal divides would require surpassing power. The king of all archetypes. Is that the role you would seize? A true king in body and soul.
Do you hear me? Your Highness!
Oi! Wake up, Your Highness! How? Their voices reach you? Even here? It would seem your future is not yours alone to decide.
My friends are waiting for me.
The support and ardor of your allies. Yes. The very power that reveals paths beyond your own perspective. I see. That is whence you draw your power. Neglect anxiety, and magic will lead to ruin. Even before the War of Destruction, the downfall was foretold. Yet still, they met their prophesied end. Perhaps archetypes are the will of humankind of old, left to us. A plea that we learn from their failures, that we might rebuild the future ripped from them.
I have to try. I want to know how far I can go.
Fascinating. Even as you face down the gravest oppression of reality, still you persist. Still you seek the world's unknowns as precious possibility. I see. Well, if you can believe there is more to the story than the end I see, then it is yours to tell. Once you return to reality, this place will surely fade as the dream it is. I, myself, will not be spared. Unlike you, my other half is long gone. And any reunion, lost. But if I truly am the idealized soul and hope of your father, then before I fade, I entrust you with the power of my life. Not as the author Moore, but as your father, the king. Now then. Now that you say it, do make yourself at home.
Ultimate power.
All right?
I've been saving this.
I've been waiting, most unfortunately. You have...
What now? Good. I'm still getting stronger. I found new power. New skills, new possibilities.
Listen here. That... yes. Do make yourself at home.
What now? now.
All right. However, the kingdom rests in your hands now. If there is yet any value to believing in something beyond us, prove to me that fantasy has the power to color reality. Now, onward, O King of a new dawn!
Everyone! He's awake!
Is he all right?
Thank the stars.
Considering it was we who engaged Amata's gambit, this must be rather humorous to him.
We pulled through, thanks to Neurus. Can't believe he caught us mid-plummet on that busted Skyrunner.
Well, don't leave out Heisme. Eh? Wouldn't have expected his wings to be so handy.
Never again.
We're in good shape. Our wounds have already healed. It was all so fast. I'm still a little shocked. True. It's bound to be everyone hoping the best for us below. Like what Luis did. Only the magic working in reverse. What?
Why? Why do you still stand in defiance? What drives such tenacity?
Luis! The world is full of injustice. Not everything you've said is wrong, much as it hurts to admit.
Yet, you would give up because you see no other way. And no future can come from that. We may struggle with fear and anxiety, but we shape our own destiny with our own hands. I have no doubts.
Yes, you're a man who has endured tragedy. It's foolish, I know, all this talk of belief. I know well. That said, if you cast aside all belief, all that remains is to endure a slow death.
As for me, I believe things can change. I have to. Singing and believing aren't so far apart, right? Even then, my songs touched you too. I know they did.
After I'd idealized my death more than I ever did my life, thanks to a chance encounter, everything changed for me. Now I can hope for the best, without fearing for the worst. The possibilities are endless. If you ask me, that's what magic is.
Luis, you got all these people who believe in you, because you gave them a shred of hope. And now, you want to crush that hope. Maybe you're the one who's scared. Deep down, you're afraid to admit to yourself, you're the one who's hopeless now.
Luis, the fairies came to live in the Sanctum. But do you know why we chose it? The Elder Tribe. We admired the people of humanity. To make our dreams into realities, we have to trust each other. When people do that, that's what makes them so amazing. If you deny the power of trust, if you make the world a place where it can't exist, then you're just plain wrong!
Fools. These false foundations. Who in their right mind could promise such fantasies? I will never let injustice be repeated. Never again!
His aura is entirely different. It's a magla burst. Luis is becoming a human.
Come on then! No choice now. We prove ourselves with all that we are!
Let's go then! This is our final battle!
Again, the world must be shattered, and again it must be rebuilt anew. You will die in tribute to my ideals, Prince.
We will win this! For the sake of our world!
Let's work together!
I'm counting on you!
How's this?
I can't afford to hold back. Let's make an end of it!
Let's do this!
Let's do this!
Right on target! Nice one, Stroll!
I must concentrate. After you.
I stand for all that we strive for! Let justice prevail! As the point of a sword!
It's okay. I won't hold back! The magic seeds!
Give in to anxiety.
Look out! Only a flesh wound.
This heralds a
He's
new
building up an incredible amount of magma!
The inequities of the world can only be cleansed if the strong subsume the weak. Now, be a noble sacrifice. Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
What? Is he trying to swallow those people? Wait, they're... puppets? I'm sensing deadly magma in the puppets. Attack it before it swallows
After me!
Let my power support you!
The puppet magma
Everyone is counting on
Right
I
on
pray
target.
you're ready.
Nice one,
This is
Stroll!
if we all work together.
You can do this!
Our new world
Join with me!
have no need for you.
It's up to you now. Behold, I'm all prepared. Made by this power.
There is no power in your
I call upon royal power within! I'll cut you down!
I shall do my best. I can do this.
I channel my power!
By the sworn oath of Nakam! I'll run you through!
Behold, I want. Let's set it up!
All right, let's go!
Let's do this! Still here?
You struggle in vain. Give in to the truth. Your fantasy has no meaning whatsoever.
Suffer strength.
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
I shall vanquish evil.
Right on target. Nice
This is the
Stroll.
I must concentrate.
You can do this.
The enemy still
The puppet
stands.
mag was fading.
Behold! We stand together! They yet cling to life.
I'm all prepared.
Hold nothing back!
How's this?
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
Yeah! I can protect us.
Let's get on with it!
Let's do this!
The puppet mag
Even
was
if we
fading.
all
But
work
power
together.
support. I'm sorry, everyone.
Observe the enemy. With blade in hand!
We'll do this together! Still up? What was that?
Sacrifice yourself to the new age.
You've got a bunch of ailments slowing
I
you
call
down,
upon
Captain.
royal power within! After me! They die hard!
I shall do my best.
For victory!
Combine our strength!
The enemy still stands.
To you!
Let's set it up!
Its ideals have no need.
It is yours.
Let's do this!
The puppet mag was fading.
My world! My perfect world! Not yet. I refuse. I won't let it end like this. You will be a sacrifice. You will sustain the strong. Oh, weak one. Oh, peon.
His Magla has gone out of control. At this rate, even a man of Luis's mental strength would lose his grip on sanity.
In the end, even he couldn't escape his own anxiety.
Then by his own logic, we've got to put him down. The weak deserve to die. The bastard's own words, yeah?
If he saw a threat in our power, then let us wield it.
You can't just believe in nothing. Nobody can rely on themselves alone. It's a pitiful way to live, and it's time we put an end to it.
Luis Guiaban! Here and now, I will strike you down!
Okay, it's time to do this. Give us our final call to arms.
Come on, everyone. Let's go!
This is our last chance. We've come this far. We have to
Lend me
end
your
this
strength.
here and now. Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
In the name of justice, let's get on with it! Taste!
Right on target.
Even my
Nice,
strength.
let us combine our powers.
Observe the enemy. Huh, take this!
Let's stay calm.
In the name of justice, try some of this!
Everyone is counting.
Is everyone all right? Huh, right there!
I'm all prepared.
Coordination is key!
No holding back!
I shall fight as the... Go for it!
Even I pray you're ready.
In the name...
Warrior! Perhaps...
Why? Why can you not understand my ideals?
Done, Hulkenberg. Like poetry in motion.
For victory! Vishnu! I stand, comrades! Lend me your strength! Oh, bolts of lightning!
Let's work together. Still up?
Warrior!
Tougher than I thought.
A world born of fantasy. It must not be.
Only a flesh wound.
Hulkenberg's guard is down.
I'd rather refrain for
I'll
now.
stay my blade.
Lend me your strength.
Has it come to this?
The blade's edge!
My world! But why? Why is it still beyond me?
Dawn breaks.
Look! He's done it! He's finally beaten Luis!
Does this mean he's won? I'm not dreaming this.
He did it!
Not yet. I have my ideals. Witness!
Everyone's fighting their fear and anxiety. Nobody knows for sure what's right. And even through all that, the people have declared you king!
We fight for more than justice. Show him our will against his. Show him the fall of his world.
Hold fast to your ideals! 'Tis your sworn duty as king!
You wielded the power of kings! It's time to stop following in their footsteps! Now it's your turn to take your place with them!
Your fantasy is naught but lies!
What? What's going on?
fantasy is more than an empty dream. It's a dream with the power to change the world!
Damn you!
That must be the Lord that governs Utopia in all worthy champions. The hero's archetype. The king. I see. At long last, fantasy has become a force that frees people from anxiety. A harbinger of change for a deadlocked reality.
The people have chosen my son. With that, my tremendous gamble hath borne fruit. Thus it is.
And now, the novel you wrote with such passion will finally begin a new chapter.
This voice. Could it be? But how?
While flames swept through the sanctum, I cast a final spell to abandon my body and survive in soul. I became an immaterial being among the fairies. I had to, so I might provide guidance to the child on his most perilous path.
The power of the archetypes.
No. All I did was awaken them to it. My voice carried the words they needed to hear. That power is no great and rare treasure. It is something that might be grasped by anyone with the will to change the world. And anyone has the power to change the world. Those children proved as much. Now, that boy has grasped the courage of a warrior. All dragons who still roamed the continent have fallen by his hand. For what greater embodiment of the impossible is there than a dragon? And he now possesses the power and will to quell those forces.
I see. Then he is not so weak a child that I must hold his hand. I am truly sorry. I lost all the power I once knew. I saw the sanctum burn. And you. I lost you. Once they took our child from me, all my remaining hope went with him. And so I placed my faith in the royal magic. I believed that if this world would choose him, there would still be hope.
This shall do. That boy's fight, and ours, is finally over. The people no longer need some mystic relic or some lofty magics to soothe their fears. They have found the strength to overcome it within, provided they can turn their anxiety into strength and never stop walking toward the unknown. Reality will ever change. Their world.
This isn't about the throne anymore. It marks the beginning of a new era, led by those who are truly worthy of the people's trust. Almost the appointed time now. The day is dawning. However, if I may truly end my life with pride in my body.
It's been a long road to this.
It has indeed. But for our son, Heed me, all people of the kingdom. Dawn breaks, and the appointed hour hath come.
He speaks. With the announcement...
I now settle the long-contested succession to the throne. They who hath gathered the most faith from their subjects amassed. They who hath overcome. Behold!
He certainly did look. I still can't believe his
I won't accept it!
He can't just crown his son after all. That's cheating, that is.
Disorderly conduct will not be... Settle down. Our new king has been decided. And the royal...
Bloody fan.
Quietude descended once again upon the royal capital, and the day of the new king's coronation arrived.
Boy, coronation really crept up on us.
Don't tell me you're nervous. After everything we survived already, stage fright should be nothing for you.
All the same, my heart's pounding out of my chest.
Is it? Nothing you're not used to then. It's just like with the archetypes. Just keep your head high.
It'll be fine. We'll keep the crowd warmed up for you.
Your newfound dignity suits you well, Your Highness. But I suppose you have outgrown that title. Your Majesty. Yes, that too suits you well.
By the way, saw some of them Senate fat cats hovering about. Acting...
Better than the alternative, no?
I hear that many are concerned about his proficiency with statecraft.
Juna will stand up. First, the people would know how you aim to lead them. How will you respond to that, Your Majesty?
We have the power to change the world.
That's fine.
Still, there are a lot of people in the crowd who have never supported you. How are you going to respond to them?
I know mutual understanding will come slowly.
You went from...
A ruler must only stand tall.
Indeed. And when...
Well, it is time to make your first...
Good luck!
Thanks for always having my back.
Well, let's go. To his...
All right, a warm welcome, please! His Majesty the new King! Your Majesty, you're so young!
Please.
My king, your subjects would hear how you intend to lead them.
Relax, okay? Take it easy and use your own words.
As a ruler, I've much to learn. I cannot say what I'll accomplish. And yet, I believe the world can change by our hand. And to that end, I will face any odds.
Now, Your Majesty, a few more words. Naturally, some under your rule now supported other people in the race. How do you respond to their voices?
There will be times I let you down. I know that. Only results can prove my intent. But still, even should you oppose your king, you can always believe in your own future. I will make sure of it!
A nation where dreams and fantasies are always in reach. Will surely be a challenge.
We'll make it happen.
There you go. If you can pull that off, you'll be the finest king we've known. Well then, this is it! Your attention, please!
No lord remains for you to kneel before. Please take the crown with your own hands, my king.
Long have I awaited the arrival of this day. This journey has reached its end. He came to know the goodness of a hero's heart, and became the king his people had always hoped for. But as this journey ends, so another begins. I'd like you to watch over him on his path for a little longer yet. 1 year has passed since the arrival of the new king.
Hey, heard the news? They're finally reopening that mage academy that got closed down.
You don't say. The famous one, deep in the Montario?
They've even paved a proper mountain...
What?
Well, she is one of the king's 6 partisans. If she managed to help save the world from Luis, I expect she knows a thing or two about magic. Sounds like they plan to fully open the magic researcher's findings to the people, too. Quite a turn from when the late Sanctifex banned it.
Makes sense to me. After the clash between His Majesty and Luis.
And that's just today's news. It's surprise after surprise. Even the Royal Knights. Their leadership was bound to the Church more than anything. And now he's out on his ear too. And replaced by Sir Jaime Noctul, no less. You believe that? The Royal Knights, led by a Ujif, of all things. Though he's one of the 6 partisans himself. When he speaks, everyone listens. No one's about to complain.
Even Parliament now invites citizen representatives to hearings. Strange to think we'd been deaf to the voice of the people until now. It's unbelievable. Compared to the
Credit where it's due. I think it... Remember last year's coronation? Unprecedented. They tell me some of the younger aristocrats... It really is a tragedy, what happened to his father, the king.
But indeed. Yet the real...
Speaking of His Majesty, I've also heard some folks saying they've seen a boy wandering around these parts.
Bah, can't be.
Suppose you...
Mountains upon mountains of appeals from the people. How many days will this take to sort?
After all the trouble you took to flee politics. And somehow you're now the preeminent ladyship of your house. Such is fate.
Despite everything, this year has passed in surprising peace, hasn't it? Honestly, with the royal scepter disappearing like that, I feared more dissent.
Perhaps after Luis, they swore they could never let that happen again. Either way, More and more are dealing with conflicts calmly and openly. Promising.
It promises that I'll have an eternally cluttered desk.
Here, Your Majesty. I've brought in the next load. And there we go. Not half bad, right? Hey! Isn't the king supposed to be here?
When did he? I've said countless times not to leave unannounced.
Oh, all this decoration doesn't suit me. How would Louis and Forden put up with all this damn finery? Your Majesty? Are you here? Juna's back from her inspection.
Apologies, Troll. I'll look for him now.
Wait! I'm coming with you!
Oh, good grief. Some things never change. Not that they should.
I'd say life has changed plenty for us. Yet somehow our captain's same as he ever was.
And then, well, I might have got a bit too fresh with them stuck up. Still, it'll guess me cogs too. Not like it excuses all of them or makes me want to go up and shake a saint's hand, but you really put some perspective on it.
I believe you'll come to understand them.
You know what, lad? You're all right.
I should have known you'd be wandering around without your escorts again. How is it, being able to hear the city's honest thoughts? If you told them you're the king, it'd knock them sideways. Sorry you ended up coming all this way. Maria's actually out on an errand right now.
And I suppose I'll wait until she comes back.
You sure? That girl always ends up on detours. Either way, best keep your head down. You know what happens when you're too obvious about this. Sooner or later, the Lady Captain of the Royal Guard...
Oh, there you are!
Phew. So you were here.
Speak of the devil.
Let us return, Your Majesty. And I thought I had informed you that Juna would be back from her expedition today.
I have a few stops left in the city, though.
You do know I practically sprinted out the gates to find you. 'Tis settled. I shall come with you on every excursion.
Not dressed like that, you won't. You know how he likes snooping around, inconspicuously. He'll be fine. His Majesty is not about to fall prey to some... Right, Your Majesty. If you see Maria about, do slow down.
Fine.
All right.
Let's go. Hey?